Hi, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and we've got a great topic that individual efforts can save a marriage. And the Marriage Foundation is very different from what is mainstream. Mainstream is marriage counseling, and in marriage counseling, what they do is they don't understand marriage, and then they go into your marriage past. They go into the past to solve problems, help reunite you by dealing with difficulties that you're having, maybe some issues that you're having individually, but they go into the past, which is dark. That's why you need help with your marriage, because the whole past is dark. Things have been getting worse and worse in your marriage. And here at the Marriage Foundation, we have a completely different view of marriage. I used to be a divorce mediator many years ago, 20 years plus, and I converted over because I saw that marriage counselors didn't know what they were doing. Sad to say, but they were the ones who were sending me my business. And them going into the past and working on this issue and that issue didn't work. So I started with the question, why get married in the first place? That's where I began. And if you've been watching my videos, you probably already know that. And the answer to that is really as simple as it can be, yet no one thinks about it, certainly no one acts on it. You get married to be happy. You get married to feel love. Those are the big ones. The other ones, like I want a companion, I want this, I want that, those are sub-reasons. You know, I want to be happy. Okay, what makes you happy? And it took me a while to come to this conclusion that the top reasons that I just gave you are it. I want to be happy and I want love. So at the Marriage Foundation, what we did was we worked on practical ways to achieve love and happiness. Pretty simple. Can't go in the past and fix anything. The past is the past. Then what happened was, because I worked with couples in the beginning, and then I started to work with individuals, because I realized that when I put couples together in the same room, they inevitably competed with each other. Who was suffering more? Who's doing more to help the marriage? Who's doing more to hurt the marriage? I can't even believe that any good marriage counselor would keep two of these people in the same room together. So I started to meet with couples first, and I would see, okay, is this what you want? Do you really want to move forward and have a great marriage? Are you hiding anything that we should know about? And then I met with individuals. Why? Because if you think about it in this way. Think about two of you are moving something. Okay? In this case, you're moving your marriage. Two of you are supposed to move something. Well, if one of you just has their hands on this something and the other is actually doing work, it's going to move. You will actually improve the situation just by one of you, unless the other one is literally fighting improvement, but who in the world does that? No one does that. So individual effort really works, but it has to be born of knowledge. You have to know what you're doing. So I laid out a whole process. Now I'm going to explain the process to you, because I'm hoping that you're going to do the process. Some people will just get my book, they want to save money, but you're much better off getting the course either for men or for women. Again, individual. It's all about what you as an individual are going to do. So remember, your whole goal, the whole idea is to be happy. Start with happiness. easier to understand. Love is a very complicated topic. In our world, if you talk to mainstream, they will tell you love is an exaggerated like, and that's not true. It is not an exaggerated like. Love is a tangible entity all onto itself. It is what all of us, and we're souls. This is not religious. Don't go there with me. I'm not going there with you. It's not religious. But you are a soul. You have a body. You have a mind. And your soul is all about love. That's all it is. Love, wisdom, same thing. So what happens is the body has its needs, has to have air, has to have water, food, shelter. The mind has needs. You have a psychology. It needs calmness, right? Stability. Your soul has one need: love, joy. That's it. And believe it or not, it's self-fulfilling. And so here's what we do at the Marriage Foundation. We start with understanding how your mind is interfering with your love and your happiness, because that's what's going on. It isn't your husband and it isn't your wife who's ruining everything. It's your perceptions, it's your habits, it's your inner reactions, it's your instinctive reactions. These are the things that are undermining your happiness. So the first thing that we do is we get you stabilized. We teach you how to master your emotions, master your habits, replace bad habits. Teach you how to introspect so you could see what's going on in your mind. I lay out the mind for you so you understand it. You have to understand it if you're going to control it. You know, I don't know if you've ever had a dog. I've had lots of dogs. If you don't understand how a dog thinks, you'll never get that thing to do what you want it to do. It'll take over your house. It'll poop on the carpet, tear up your furniture. The mind has to be understood. So we start with that, so you could understand the mind. And then we show you as an individual how to be happy within yourself. Now, if you're happy within yourself and your husband or wife sees that, they'll respond. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to go over issues. You don't have to talk about problems. If you're seeing problems in a different way than you're seeing them now, which is what we show you how to do, you don't have to discuss them. That's what the therapists do. And you know what their success rate is? You may not, but it's pathetic. It's under 5%. It is. Now, they won't admit it, but it's true. Our success rate is way over 95%. There's things we can't help you with, for sure. Just like, if a car goes over the cliff, we're not going to be able to repair it. But in most cases, you only think your marriage is in dire trouble because mainstream has such a terrible way of looking at marriages. I can't tell you how many times. We have people write into us. It's a free service. You could write into our counselors. And they're very different from marriage counselors. They're TMF counselors, the Marriage Foundation counselors. I train them myself. They know what they're doing about marriage. And people write in and they go, well, we went to counseling and they told us to get a divorce. That's what happens. We don't tell you to get a divorce. Sometimes, but it's really, really rare. As an individual, you have the power, in most cases, to completely not just save your marriage, but turn it around completely. Completely. Now, if you want to start just by getting one of our books, that's fine. We see that where people go, well, it sounds good, but let me read his book. I think you could get plenty just by looking at the reviews that we have. You could go to Amazon and see how people like Breaking the Cycle. I think breaking the cycle is revolutionary. I know it's revolutionary. It's not trendy, it's not gimmicky, it's the real deal about marriage. So yes, as an individual, you can not only save your marriage, you could turn it into what it's supposed to be, which is a vehicle for incredible happiness, incredible love. You should be on cloud nine with your marriage. You should be feeling like, wow, I cannot believe what I have here. And that's the expectation we want you to have. Not just save your marriage. God, you didn't get married just to save your marriage and live a mundane life. You got married to be floating. And that's what you should have. So, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I'm glad you came by. Like the video, leave a comment. And definitely subscribe to the channel. There's so much that I've already put out that will really help you. So thanks for spending time with me. God bless and take care.